we're back, and this time we're going to continue on with Secret of the White Lily. So we're already in North Shroud, ready to go. We just have to go into here and start the quest. I would have you hold on to the Lily button. You need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Okay. So back to Gridania. So the reason just then why there was no sound, the audio, so we get the system control and then sound settings, listening position relative to your camera or to the character. Right, so what they do is when there's a room, they silence everything, so it sounds like you're actually like inside. But the problem is if you've got listening position on the camera and the camera's outside the door, then you get this problem where you're in a different like sound zone. So yeah, it goes all weird. Good morrow to you, Scarlett. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Scones. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the Lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette, over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. What's that one? Oh yeah, the House of Death Belt. I have still not done that quest. I mean, I haven't really had the need to level, so there was no real purpose for me to jump into Palace of the Dead. But I suppose I can do that, like, in its own episode or something. I don't know. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Lily button, which amazingly looks like a venture. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say, with certainty, that the White Lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Singleld over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Okay, let's hit up the Lancers Guild. Giant Beaver. I have that minion. Well, not on this character obviously, but yes, Lancers Guild. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Usendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Yeah, I'll just walk it because there's nothing closer. This is closer. I don't know if I've pointed it out, but that there is the achievement dude. His name's Jonas. Basically, as you build up points, you can go talk to him and get currencies, and he has stuff to buy with that currency. Not only that, if you like partake in the achievements and get like stuff from like achievements with like rewards other than titles, you actually go visit him to get them. Usendel. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. Sigil of the D'Artencourt's family. How is it you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman, you say. Her face, was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. This is actually good because I honestly don't remember the lead up to this dungeon, so we're almost experiencing it together for the first time. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artencourts. During that time, I had the honour of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kind of fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed. She beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. Instead, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor, on the western edge of the Central Shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. Seek entry into Hawk Manor. This actually isn't too long of a dungeon, so I might run it. It's a bit of a maze, but I've been running it a decent amount as of late, so it actually might be alright. And I haven't been running it because I knew it was coming up, but I've just been running it because I've been leveling other classes. So, it was, yeah, it's the level 35 dungeon, like, or the level 37 dungeon or whatever. So no. I think it's level 32 dungeon actually. Anyway, regardless. Oh, wrong way. Here you go. Up. Okay. Now if you do come up here, well obviously you will, if you play, do be careful, because there are some, like, overly leveled monsters up here. Or not necessarily overly leveled, they are, like, of relevant level, it's just that they're a little stronger than you would expect. And I think they have a purpose for that. So they just happen to be there, kind of thing. Well, they keep showing up. I was only going to do like one or two, but... let's see if I can find them. Oh, I went a little bit too far. Alright, now let's get out of here before they respawn. Where? There. These things. They're level, I think 40? 31. But they're, like, relatively strong. So. And then these are the smaller versions. Be careful, they have like a frontal cone attack thing, and it gives you a lot of debuffs. Kind of like the scissors or the aspect's bad breath, but worse. I was actually here yesterday on my main character. I had to attack these for I can't remember which boss it was. It was a hunting log thing though as well. I'll kill that last one next. Because I have a feeling it'll take a while to actually find a party. Walkmen are now accessible. Alright, what we'll do is I'll queue. If I don't get a queue by the time I kill this floating eye, I'll jump over and do the white mage quests. Or the conjurer quests instead. Because it's it'll probably take a little too long to merit it. What remains of this episode kind of thing. That was 30 seconds. I'll wait a minute. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll go to the white mage quests, catch that up, and then next episode we'll jump in and do the dungeon. The only reason I'm concerned is it can be slow going, and if I get lost, which I might, just to suffer a longer episode. Like, what I'm saying is, like, I might get bad luck. Forget something just so that the episode is over time, kind of thing. Anyway, let's go to Conjurer's Guild. And that way, at least, there's a whole episode, so it's a decent amount of time and I don't have to go over. Let's switch over to this and run in. I don't remember if I mentioned that I did the glamour for the White Mage or the Conjurer. Which is the Moonfire Fair thing. It's actually the Moonfire Fair top and headpiece, but then it's got the Spriggan bottoms that have just been dyed white. Alright, let's go. Greetings, Scarlett. Each time we meet, the part of Conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Combe in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hera Orfeu. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Orfeu is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of elementals. With uncommon clarity, I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. What level is 10? So there is also the 15 quest. We need to go... so, I wonder if... No, we'll just go here. I was gonna see if there was a faster way to do it, because it was so close to the entrance, but no, it's not really fair enough. Alright, we're going this way. Oops. Alright, so there's a fate there as well. That's alright. Won't be a problem. Oop, don't want to walk into those. Avoid the combat if we can help it. Oh, it's a level 11, so they are going to attack me. So I'm just going to be wary of that. There we go. Avoided. Wolf. Oh, few. It's not L. It looks like an L. You must be Scarlett. Brother Isumiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed. Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of Hera, and, well, you are my first student. Ah yes. I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweetbloom Pier, there is a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Scarlett, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Except most of that sentence was about water. Doesn't matter. Sweetbloom Pier. Right here. Oh. Sent to hostile presence. Hit it with arrow. There we go. Okay, back we go. Oop, avoid those vultures. Right. Full flower comb. Okay. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilekin's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the springs? I ask because there were none. Strange then is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this abhorrent behaviour? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of Conjurer to disperse it. Damn it. It should be far enough away where it'll stop. Do we get in? Yep. Commence battle. So we're one level over the sink, so it should be fine. I don't actually remember what ability we'll lose. Probably Medica or something. Okay. Tainted wind sprite and a wind sprite. Well, I'm actually interested to know what we lost. Nothing. Ah, fluid aura. Although we don't have it because we haven't done the quest. I wonder if the game plan, I wonder if it'll spawn sprites when you kill another sprite, or if it'll just spawn sprites regardless. Because if that were the case, then ideally you'd want to sleep one. And then just attack this thing. But that might not actually be the case. Leave healing to me. Should use the stone. What's that thing? There we go. Done. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower. You could have walked over here before, save me coming all the way back here. But then I guess they're trying to invoke something. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. But it's through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Scarlett, what did you learn as you struggled with the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. There are the agonies of erosion. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patent destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. Wow. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learnt here to this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only gods know what I would have taught you had it not Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelveswood, I suspect some other force is at work here. I bid you remain wary, Scarlett. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Steelglade Fane and inform Brother Izumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Alright. Back to Gridania. Welcome back, Scarlett. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of 2 elements, you are well on your way along the path of Conjurer, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient as you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind, why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Conjurer is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learnt by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge, I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn Conjurer the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Izumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. What are you thinking? You know not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of your name of Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. But that's... Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Scarlett. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It's a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same feelings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with a great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. However much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. We don't need anything from here from memory. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. We got everything. So money it is. Oh, someone joining? Maybe someone becoming a conjurer? I don't remember any quests. There's a lot of people coming in here. That person just ran into a wall. Interesting. Alright, well. Let's find a little quiet area. I suppose... we have a little bit of time left. I can quickly run over and show you the Jonas guy. Just in case you ever need it. Fire fair's still going, as you can see. Though not for much longer. I think there's a week left or something from the recording point of this video. So, yeah, so going into here. And this is the place. And this is Jonas here. You talk to him. You've accomplished enough feats to keep the bard singing for a lifetime, lass. Such an achievement shouldn't go unrecognized. And to that end, I'd like you to have this. Consider it a token of my highest esteem. Right, so basically, you can exchange achievement tokens. So you can see you get tokens from doing achievements, like I don't know the exact exchange rate kind of thing, but you just talk to him, and every time you like get new achievements and stuff, and he'll eventually do it, turn it into stuff. But you can get a whole host of stuff. There's mounts and stuff like that. So there's Behemoth, and a lot of these mounts were actually veteran rewards, so you would subscribe for X number of days and you would get a specific reward. So you can get the Behemoth, you can get the Ahriman, that's the Void or Resonator, the Deathclaw, that was never a veteran reward to my knowledge. You know, the Black Mage Barding, Barding of Light, Wild Rose Barding, a whole bunch of stuff. The Wind-Up Leaders, the Wind-Up Odin, all that stuff. So that's where you get it from. I will just grab this while I'm here. So why not? You can also get like achievement rewards. So if you have, if you completed an achievement with a chest icon, you go to him, look at the category, and you can get the item out of there. But yeah, that's it for the most part. So next episode we'll hit up the dungeon, the Hawk Manor. Hopefully we get a run. And with that, we'll catch you in the next episode. See you later.